Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving straight into everything the book teaches us about breaking those stubborn bad habits and finding true, lasting freedom using incredibly simple, everyday tools. Look, if you've ever felt like you're just stuck in a loop of negative thoughts, or you're constantly sweating over what other people think of you, you are absolutely not alone. We're going to unpack a profoundly simple, yet literally life-changing framework that can completely shift how you experience the world. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start by looking at the dream of the planet, and then walk through the 4 core principles. Agreement 1, be impeccable. Agreement 2, nothing is personal. Agreement 3, stop making assumptions. And Agreement 4, do your best. Finally, we'll wrap up with creating your heaven on earth. Let's get right into it.
Section 1, the dream of the planet. We're kicking things off with our first big idea, which is really about understanding the invisible rules that completely control our lives and honestly cause us to suffer.
So are you dreaming right now with your eyes wide open? You probably think you're fully awake, right? But the book teaches that humans are actually living in a massive collective dream, and it's built on rules we never even consciously chose. Think about it. From the exact moment we're born, society, our parents, schools, culture, they just hook our attention. We are explicitly taught what is good, what's bad, what's beautiful, and what's ugly. This is what's called the dream of the planet. It's essentially an entire belief system that was already set up long before you or I ever even arrived.
And this brings us to domestication. As kids, we are essentially domesticated. We constantly try to please others until we kind of just forget who we really are. It's exactly like how we train a pet, right? With treats and timeouts. Well, humans are trained the exact same way. We get rewarded with attention and praise when we follow the rules, and we get punished or rejected when we don't. And eventually, we become so terrified of being rejected that we literally start pretending to be someone we're not, just to be good enough for everybody else.
Because of all this training, we grow up with this incredibly harsh inner judge that constantly punishes us, alongside a victim that carries all the blame. It basically traps us in a mental nightmare. We actually learn to domesticate ourselves. Whenever we break one of those invisible societal rules, our inner judge just beats us up, and the victim part of us goes, "Oh, poor me, I'm just not good enough." It creates a massive amount of fear and emotional poison. But hey, the good news here is that we can break free by making 4 new, super powerful agreements with ourselves.
Section 2, Agreement 1, be impeccable. This is our first major tool to break free, and it focuses entirely on the incredible power of your words.
The book actually compares our words to magic. We can use our words as white magic to spread truth and love. Or we can use black magic, like gossip, which acts exactly like a nasty computer virus infecting everyone's mind. Your word is your creative power. When you tell someone they're ugly or stupid, or when you spread gossip, you're essentially casting a spell on them. That negative opinion plants a seed of fear. Gossip literally clogs up human communication, just like a virus totally crashing a computer network.
So, what does this actually mean? Being impeccable simply means not using your words against yourself or others. The crucial takeaway here is that you absolutely must stop judging yourself and those around you, because using your words with love cleans that emotional poison right out of your life. Fun fact, the word impeccable actually comes from a Latin word meaning without sin. And a sin is really just anything you do that goes against yourself. So, being impeccable with your word means you stop rejecting yourself. You stop looking in the mirror and thinking, I look terrible today. Because when you stop using your word against yourself, you naturally stop using it against others. And you start replacing those nasty seeds of fear with seeds of love.
Moving on to Section 3, Agreement 2, nothing is personal. This tool is all about how we react to the people around us, and it is a massive game changer for your peace of mind.
If you can manage to stop taking things personally, the book promises you'll have immunity in the middle of hell. This means you'll be completely protected from anyone else's emotional poison, even when the world around you is entirely chaotic. Usually when someone insults you, the immediate knee-jerk reaction is to take it personally and get defensive. But why do we do that? It's because deep down, some part of us actually agrees with the insult. When you stop taking things personally, you realize people are really just projecting their own beliefs onto you. You become completely immune to their black magic.
You really have to remember that everyone is living in their own separate dream. So if someone insults you, it's simply a reflection of their own fears. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. Think of life like a giant movie theater. You're the director, the producer, and the star of your own movie, right? Everyone else is just a background character. But guess what? They are the star of their own movie too. So when someone yells at you, they're reacting to the movie playing in their own head based on their own rules and their own fears. It is truly absolutely never about you. Section 4 brings us to Agreement 3. Stop making assumptions. This is the one that's going to save you from a huge amount of unnecessary drama and sadness in your relationships.
Instead of constantly guessing what other people are thinking, you got to follow these 3 simple steps to break the habit. Ask questions, communicate your needs clearly, and bravely find your voice. We naturally make this huge assumption that everyone sees life exactly the way we do, feels how we feel, and judges how we judge. We even expect our partners to be mind readers. We sit there thinking, well, if they love me, they should just know what I want. And when they inevitably don't, we get deeply hurt. The fix is remarkably simple, though it definitely takes some courage. Just ask questions.
Because here's the thing about assumptions. They create entire fake dramas in our minds that set us up for major suffering. When we make an assumption, we literally believe it is the absolute truth. We create these whole fake movies in our heads. Imagine you see someone smile at you in the store, and suddenly you've assumed they like you, and in your head you're practically already married. Then reality hits, the bubble bursts, and you suffer. When you commit to clear communication and just stop making assumptions, your word naturally becomes more impeccable, and you'll find that relationship conflicts basically just disappear.
All right, Section 5, Agreement 4, do your best. This is the practical engine that makes those first 3 agreements actually work in the real world.
It's so important to realize that your best is not some single, unchangeable level. As we see here, your best is going to look totally different when you're energized and healthy compared to when you're super tired or sick. We are living, breathing, constantly changing creatures. If you try to push yourself to do more than your current best, you're just going to burn out. On the flip side, if you do less than your best, you're going to feel frustrated and guilty. The goal is to simply accept exactly where you are right now, in this very moment, and just give whatever it is you can give.
The absolutely crucial point here is that if you always do your best in the present moment, your inner judge literally has no room to make you feel guilty, lazy, or frustrated. Doing your best means you're taking action because you love it, not because you're expecting some kind of external reward. It allows you to let go of the past and live fully right now. And, importantly, doing your best also means accepting that you are sometimes going to fail at the first 3 agreements. You're going to make assumptions, you're going to take things personally sometimes, but if you just do your best to catch yourself, you are going to get better every single day.
Section 6. Creating your heaven on earth. Let's look at what actually happens when you put all 4 of these powerful agreements into practice. How does this actually change your day-to-day reality?
To really do this, you must become what the book calls a Toltec warrior. This is someone who bravely rebels against the parasite of negative thinking to win back their true freedom. The teachings refer to our old, fear-based belief system as a literal parasite that feeds on our negative emotions. By adopting these 4 agreements, you are essentially declaring a war of independence against that parasite. You're cutting off the supply of emotional poison, you're starving your fears, and you're finally taking back control of your own mind.
The beautiful thing these teachings show us is that heaven isn't just some place you go after you die. It is a state of mind built on love, truth, and everyday practice that you can create right here, right now. You have the ultimate power to create your own perception of reality. When your mind is clear of assumptions, when you deeply know that nothing is personal, when your words are genuinely filled with love, and when you are always doing your best, you enter a state of bliss. You look around and you just see love in absolutely everything.
So I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Will you choose to live your life in a dream of heaven or a dream of hell? Armed with these incredible new tools, what kind of dream are you going to choose to build for yourself starting today? You can absolutely choose to stay in the painful dream of the planet, or you can choose freedom and happiness. The knowledge is right here, just waiting for you to use it. Be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I seriously cannot wait to see the beautiful dream you create.